What's going on, everyone? So, ignore my look. I just literally woke up, but I think it was important to get this video out to all of you as soon as possible. And since I don't have to edit too much, it's gonna be put up right away. Uh, yeah, I didn't do too much preparation. I'm also not at home, as you can see. It's a little bit different over here. But yeah, this is a radio interview with I did my friend Donovan. We talked about a bunch of different things, stuff I covered on the channel before, and also some things that maybe would be valuable to some of you. So this one's a bit a longer video, but I highly recommend watching it all the way to the end. But yeah, hope you enjoy, got some valuable tips, and be sure to interact with me if you want to see more. And if you have any questions, let me know as well. Thanks for watching, and yeah, enjoy the video.
All right, and it's Kareem Ibrahim, right?
Yep.
All right, you ready to start?
Yep, we're back.
All right, we're back. Let's start. Good morning for the Met Radio Morning Mixtape. I'm Donovan LaCroixy, and returning to see me in person again, I've got entrepreneur and photographer Kareem Ibrahim. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Welcome back. The third time you're seeing me. 2023, 4, and 5.
I love coming back and seeing you.
Thank you. Thank you. I love to see you too.
Thank you.
All right.
This.
And you brought some digital goods for yourself to set up.
Yeah, the video and stuff, like just so everyone can get the interactive experience as well.
Of course, of course, of course. So, entrepreneur, photographer, and events planner, right? You'd say, you plan events and stuff like that, right?
Somewhat. Like I try to at least help if people want to have that service or if they want to like have vendor recommendations. But primarily photography, videography, because that's my specialty, at least as of right now.
Okay, so how did that start about again? Remind listeners of the passion of the videography and photography, how they meet for you.
For sure. So I started in 2017, kind of did it casually here and there because I got my camera after, talking to my parents a lot and like getting them to actually agree. And then COVID happened after I did a bunch of years for it, and then that kind of killed it off for a bit. But thankfully, after COVID, I've tried to go full swing with it. For the people who are watching on the video, they can probably see my shirt. I have like my company shirt on because I actually just came from a shoot outside, which is really hot. So yeah, it's been going well so far, and just been leveling up ever since then.
And then 2017, you really got into it, and did it continue to grow in 18, 19, 20, and in the pandemic?
Definitely. There was momentum after 2017 because I was trying to do everything, and especially with university, you can talk to a lot of different people, join a lot of different societies, and do a lot of different things that are kind of out of your comfort zone. I've talked about this a lot on like videos I've made on YouTube, and it just helped me a lot at that time. And then obviously after university, I've tried to take whatever contacts I had from there and just grow from there, whether it's business, whether it's just like people's life events, like some people are getting married, some people are having kids, like pretty much anything. And then coming and seeing you, like same thing, like everything kind of tied in together.
Okay. And videography and photography, how do they meet?
For sure. So photography was always my passion, I think, because I think I've told the story before, but I've loved taking pictures on my phone. Like, it's a lot of fun, and I have a good phone now. But back then, my phone sucked. I could not take a picture of like the moon, which I think I've told that story before. There's a big dot in the photo. Nowadays, like this phone can do everything, and it's fantastic. And technology's come a long way, but that's what really started it. And I was able to do a lot of good stuff with photos. And then I think somewhere down the line, just because of YouTube, just because of different things, I really wanted to expand. And I like movies all the time as well, so I want to make my own little movies here and there and people are paying me for this now to do their weddings, their corporate events, their just life events. So I'm really making my own movies without the massive budgets, without all the like stress, and well, there's some stress, but there are things that are involved that are making it fun, but also making it kind of the way it is.
All right, so we are going more digital now. People are needing I wouldn't say less, but people are doing their pictures on their own. What do you say to that, where their phone is used to take those pictures for their weddings, for example? I've seen that. What do you say to that?
I mean, it's gonna happen. It's gonna keep happening because phones are getting better. Like maybe my phone compared to what I used to have when I told that whole moon story, it's come a long way. Like I can zoom in a lot, I can do things. I know I'm going off a little off on a tangent, but the point being is like it's gonna happen. But I think a camera will always have a special place in creating media because one, it has different features that a phone won't really have, at least anytime soon, I don't think. because of like the depth of field, the like low light. There's different things that enable it to be better than a phone, at least at this point in current time. But who knows what the future will hold.
All right. Well, the future is, what do you call it, dawning us where, like you said, like we are talking about, you can do everything with your phone, right?
Definitely.
Everything with your phone. So, do you think photographers will eventually die out if people are doing it on their own, or not necessarily?
So that's actually a really good question. So I'm gonna introduce the idea of AI, robots, etc. Because people are concerned that, like let's say graphic designers even, they're concerned that AI will take their jobs, which is entirely possible. But the one thing I will say about photography, videography, going back to like the thing I mentioned about life events, people are gonna want that authentic moment, and I think at least at this point in time, like I said, there's not gonna be that authentic feel. Like if you're taking a wedding, yeah, there's gonna be certain shots that a robot or a drone or whatever can do, but there's certain characteristics that are inherent in movies and in stuff like wedding videos, photos, etc. that you can only replicate through humans, and I think that's what is gonna be the unique part and why it's for now at least gonna stay. But this technology is ever changing. Who knows?
And it's going to keep changing and changing and changing, but we can't replace the photographer.
I hope not. I hope not.
But you do events, right? Do you want to talk about some of the events that line up with KandidVision?
Sure. Yeah, so I try to focus on pretty much any type of event because I just like having a variety. I've done a lot of weddings and I still love doing them. I'm also transitioning into doing more like business stuff and more like, I mean, for lack of a better term, businessy things where like you can have recurring transactions. Because the one thing I didn't realize, and a lot of people are realizing who are kind of in the same boat, it's that weddings are good, but you have to constantly keep selling to a different couple because chances are that couple's not going to keep, hiring you because I mean they're married, unless they have like life events and certain things. Which I have a few clients like that, but with businesses like corporate and stuff, they always have networking events. They have different things. They'll probably be more likely to hire you over and over again.
All right, talk about some of the corporate events. How are the corporate, because the weddings, we know the weddings, but how are the corporate events?
Yeah, corporate events are fun. Like, depending on what the actual event is, it's going to be either really easy or really hard because I say that because I did one where it's more, I mean, actually I've done a couple now where like the networking events are fun, but the thing is people are just talking the entire time too. So the thing is people are just talking, like I said, so they're eating, they're talking. How are you going to make that interesting? You have to find a way to do that. So it's kind of fun to figure that out. But again, if you're trying to hit a certain threshold of photos, videos, it becomes tiring and also tough to do after a certain while because I mean, how much can you take that looks the same after a while?
Now, talk about KandidVision. Why did you name it KandidVision Media?
Yep. So KandidVision kind of came from a couple different ways. I originally went to like Creative Mind, things like that, and like just different ones that kind of worked with like the K on my name because my name's Kareem. Again, for those on the video, they can see my name on the back of my shirt. But like, KandidVision just seemed to roll off really nicely. Other thing is, it was available on Instagram, so no one had that name at all, and it was like clean, like KandidVision Media. KandidVision_media. So no one had that, and it was just available. So I was like, okay, good, because I don't want like 1 or 2 or 3 like random numbers in it because it just looks unprofessional. And also just in general, like I just like the way it sounded, and it worked with the logo. Like everything kind of just worked, and it just somehow came together. It's in a variety of ways.
All right. Are you hitting your goals with KandidVision as an entrepreneur?
I am a bit more, especially because I've leveled up. Like since I last saw you, I've like back then I didn't have ads. I didn't like really market myself. I always just upload on Instagram and talk to people here and there. Now I've actually enabled ads. I've done things where like it works for me. So yeah, I'm spending money on it or I'm spending time on it, but that works for me. And sometimes it's like, for example, my website, I redid it, I think probably since the last time I saw you, and there's new stuff on it. There's a new look, and that way inadvertently makes it so that it just looks good all the time, and I don't have to keep going back and messing with it. It's just there. It advertises for me in a way because it looks nice. It has clients there, everything. Like it just works for me.
All right. So, what are the more future goals for KandidVision as we're in halfway of 2025? what do you got planned for? I know it's a bit early, but for 2026.
Yeah. I want to definitely do more business stuff because right now I think I'm just doing that transition period where it's like weddings and this. I think I'd like to make it more like more business stuff, and then maybe like weddings are a little bit less. Not saying that I don't want to do them. It just like I said, the nature of them, it just works out better. Also because you can sustain it over the winter because when winter happens, there's basically no weddings, honestly. And
Unless they're inside. Have
that
you been to an inside wedding?
yeah, that. But the thing is, like, even then, sometimes people are just like, "Oh, it's too cold. I'm not gonna walk in all this with all my jewelry and all that." It happens.
They stay inside where it's warm. They
Definitely.
don't.
They all want to be snuggled up, but yeah, it sometimes it just hit or miss with that.
Okay, all right. And then anything else you're thinking of for 2026?
One thing I definitely really want to do, and I'm gonna go more full swing with this, is YouTube. Like, I really want to make that one a place for myself to like just document my journey. Other thing is, and to get I guess a little more sentimental, is when I eventually have children, I want them to be able to watch my videos and learn from it. And biggest thing is also just to make an audience because I think one, it could be a good income stream down the road. Not saying it's all about the money, but again, like creating something that can work for me in the long run after bringing a lot of work. That's one thing, and then it's just fun. Like I like doing it, and I've recorded so many videos now that I just have to edit them and put them together, and it's just there.
How important is it bringing your vision to YouTube as an entrepreneur?
Definitely a lot. Like it's hard to, but once you get into the flow of having like certain things, like even project files set up. So like for example, how you're doing the radio interviews, you probably have things set up that it will just works for you. Turn it on in 2 seconds, it's done. Having that set up makes it more fun because you just everything is just there. You just have to put stuff in and then alter slightly and it's good. And also in general, it's I just really want to make things work for it so that it just makes my life a little bit easier down the road and it's just fun overall.
All right, so talk to people who are entrepreneurs who are afraid to put themselves on YouTube. What do you say to that?
I think if you are concerned about talking, sorry, I would say talking. If you're concerned about making anything, don't be because yeah, it is daunting. But at the end of the day, everyone's starting from somewhere. Like if you, I'm assuming some people may like be just learning how to drive, or like they're learning how to do something. That's a lot of the comfort zone. You have to learn some of these things to get through in life, like driving or like I don't know, just something else that is like a life event for most people. So I think this is another like rite of passage. That's just something that to do, and even if you don't really make an audience out of it, the biggest thing is like you learn how to talk. Like for example, when I probably first came to talk to you, Donovan, I probably did not speak as clearly as I did. I'll go back and look at the video after maybe, but or the interview, but like I could not speak without saying I mean a lot, or I was not as clear, or maybe I was talking a lot faster. I think last time I was actually a lot faster, but now I can speak clearly because the YouTube stuff and the social media stuff, and even just networking with people, has led me to be able to do that just on my own because I've tried to put in the work to get to that point, to be able to do that without any real issue. Yeah,
And
like,
you said it takes practice, not to interrupt you, sorry.
no,
right?
no, no, don't worry. Yeah, it definitely takes practice. Like I'm better now for sure, but it takes time. Like I think I started doing YouTube videos like 2 years ago, and now I'm just trying to upload once a week to get myself into it, but hopefully more. But yeah,
Mhm.
it takes time, takes practice, and just learning how to do it. And funny enough, I'm just gonna throw this little bit of tidbit information
Sure.
out there. I made a video where like I think it's titled "How to Talk to the Camera Without Any Fear" or something. It's something around that, and that one did fairly good for my channel size. And because I think there's a lot of people who are struggling to do that. Whether it's making content or just again putting yourself out there, like if you're talking to networking and people, like one thing I will say again is I was an introvert, to the point where I couldn't even ask someone for a napkin. Like if I asked you for this napkin, I'd be like scared to death, but now I can do that. Like
Of course.
true story, it happened. Like I couldn't ask a waiter for a napkin when I was at a restaurant with my parents. Like yeah, so everyone evolves, and I think it's just something to do to push yourself forward even more and make life happen and evolve.
All right. And then the weaknesses, putting yourself out there, it is daunting. Talk about more daunting just in case, because let's say if I'm starting this, right?
Yeah.
But I really don't like it. What should I do?
I think there's different ways you can do it. So I mentioned like you don't have to even show your face. You can do like I think they call it faceless. I sound weird like old saying that, but um, there's faceless YouTubers who just make like they have characters do it, or they just literally just commentate over gameplay or a TV show or something. There's things you can do to still kind of get the advantages of talking and not actually putting yourself out there. But I think even if it's daunting, like I say, okay, it's not. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it this way, but like screw it, basically. Just just go ahead, do it, and put yourself out there. Because I think life, again, cliche, but life is too short to just always stay in a comfort zone. It's always worth going out of that comfort zone. And I'll just throw this quickly in there, but even my wife, for example, there are a few things that I've told her to do that have pushed her farther because I mean I've told her to, like driving, for example, or like her makeup thing. I want her to do stuff where she's not like just stuck in the same area. She's constantly working at it, even if it's little by little.
Little
Yeah.
by little by little by little.
Definitely.
Eventually you'll get there, right?
That's all it is, baby steps. That's the way I see it.
Eventually you'll get there, and if you're not, change the strategy, right?
I mean, yeah, I think like I don't think anyone makes a ton of money from doing the same strategy until they hit like a million or 100 million or whatever. They try different things, they fail a bunch of times, and they do it. It sounds like some kind of like TED talk that I'm talking about, but like or like some kind of big conferencing, but it's just what I've learned by looking at all this stuff because sometimes your back's pushed up against the wall, you're stressed out, you're burnt out, you're etc. Like I don't know, I've looked at different things to try to help myself and learn different things so I don't have to rely on people, but also that I can know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's helped me get to this point and just think about it that way. To just make sure I'm not taking advantage of, but I'm taking advantage of everything that comes my way, logically at least.
Right. So, for anybody that's upcoming who's new to photography, what do you want to tell them, and why is entrepreneurship important? Let's say if they want to go into the photography business.
Sure. I feel like, first of all, photography is one of the best things you can get into because photography is going to help you break out of your comfort zone. I'm referring to another video I made basically, but a social hack is having a camera with you because if you're at an event, if you're sometimes even on the street, people come up to you, they'll talk to you or like and ask about your camera, ask you what you're taking, etc. Sometimes badly, but like what I mean. Most of the time, especially in events, you're good. Like people are gonna ask you about things, and it breaks your comfort zone a lot, and also helps you evolve as like someone who loves talking to people and like really socializing. And yeah, I think just learning photography itself is a good skill because nowadays with content and all that, you have to learn about things, you have to upload things, just the way to get yourself out there, regardless of what you're in. Like even if you're a doctor, you can do the same thing and get yourself out there. Like I've seen plenty of doctors who make things, lawyers even.
Right. And entrepreneurship is important to you because.
Oh yeah, sorry. So entrepreneurship is always important because it teaches you a lot of things, but also in general you can even break out of the 9 to 5. You can break out of like just normal habits. And I think even if you're still doing 9 to 5, there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. It's just being able to build something on your own for your own sake, either to accomplish your own goals, to have something fun to do, or in general, like it's just something to monetize what your pastime is. Like, I mean, truthfully, I didn't know I was gonna have photography videos. Sorry, truthfully, I didn't know I was gonna take photo shoots and charge like $10 for the first one. Like literally, I charged $10 and I did like 4-hour photo shoot, and she actually was nice and paid me double. But I didn't think I'd actually be able to make a decent amount of money off of it. Now I can, but things happen. Things get you to that point, and that's the one thing I think entrepreneurship leads you to because you learn about all these different things. You learn about sales, which I talked about last time, and all these other things that allow you to really understand how to do things and push yourself forward again.
And push yourself to be the best entrepreneur, right?
Definitely. Like just making yourself better than ever before.
All right. Let's say it doesn't do well for the first 2 years. You've had that story before.
Yeah.
Do you still keep going or you give up? Let's say I take I take the best pictures, but I'm not liking where I'm at.
Yeah. It happens, but I feel like it could be there's a couple of things that could happen.
Sure.
If we're getting like a little more detailed, but either it's just a lack of marketing, lack of thing, which I've also been there. Like my stuff I think was, I'm not saying like it's the best, but I think it's definitely like better than when I started. And there's always gonna be someone better than you. So I think it's always worth about like just pushing yourself out there. And even if it doesn't do well, you have to make that decision. If like some people say like I don't know if anyone's seen Shark Tank or Dragon's Den, but like they say if it's not working after some amount of time, maybe just go and do something else, which is probably true. But at sometimes, like there's plenty of also success stories. I think like Henry Ford or other people, entrepreneurs who were failing considerably, and then I mean look at them now, and they have obviously made massive companies. So it's really a hit or miss game. But I mean, if you believe in it, you probably could achieve it.
Yep. Yep. Let's believe in it, okay?
Yeah, for sure.
I believe in Candid Vision Media.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I believe believe in it too.
All right. All right. So, what do you want to say to our listeners this summer again that travel, want that good shot? I always ask you this. They're looking for a nice, clear cut image of the night sky. Or maybe there's some people that love the heat and want a good image of the muggy smog.
Mhm.
What do you tell them?
So I'm gonna go a little bit different ways with this. One, I mean, just use what you have. Phones are honestly pretty good now, like we were talking about in the beginning. But if you are going with the camera route, which I do recommend, there are good options. Get a good camera that you like using. I will recommend actually the Fuji cameras, even though I'm a Canon shooter for professional stuff. Fuji's have like the film recipes, which have like these. I mean, they are kind of like filters, but some of them are really good. Like they give you that sunny sunset, like yellowy kind of vibe. There's also filters that you can put on, like not to the camera, but like physical filters, and those will create some good ones. Get a good lens. I think the 18 to 135, if anyone wants to get technical, is a fantastic lens. I use that literally on my Fuji, never leaves it, and covers everything. And just experiment. Like nothing's gonna come out perfect, especially on vacation. It's some of them are gonna suck. Some of them you have to go through editing a lot, but if you know how to edit, honestly, that's part of it. Like you can clean up a really busy shot, which I've done from like a picture in Japan, and I made it like, I mean, I would print it out honestly. I'm not saying that to like gas myself up, but I'm just saying like it looked better than when I started, in my opinion.
So the first shot, let's say I'm taking a picture of the CN Tower,
Yeah.
the muggy, smoggy air.
Yeah.
But I don't like it. There's a way to edit it, right? Talk about that in case they want to try the editing on their own.
For sure. Yeah, there's a lot of different things you can do. It depends on what you're trying to go for. Some people like that, like darkness, like that foggy, musky, or smoggy look. If you're trying to go for something clean, clinical, there's a couple things. Either move to a different spot so you're not getting all that in it. Other option is just edit it. And I mean, now with AI tools, especially, like I know there's Lightroom on your phone, which I think you can even use it for free to some degree. And the eraser tool is very good. Like I said, you can edit a lot of people out. I did that for a few phone shots I took, and it's honestly insane how good they are. And I'd say learn to edit more than anything, because you can have a pretty gnarly looking photo, but you can edit it. You can pretty much make something amazing out of it.
All right. So I'm gonna ask this again: the phone,
Yeah.
or the camera? Which one's better? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
For sure. Okay, so actually, I'm gonna throw back at you for a second. In what context?
Pictures and just everything, my whole life. Do I go with the camera or
Yeah.
the phone?
Okay,
These days we're going with the phone.
Yeah.
But let's say I do want that clear, crispy image.
Yeah.
Phones don't always do it, but now they're doing everything.
So, I mean, yeah, I think phones, in a nutshell, are good. Like, I mean, you can take them into concerts, which is a big advantage because, like, for example, I shot the 3 Days Grace concert recently in Toronto, Budweiser stage. It was fantastic. You can't get access with your camera easily, so it takes a lot to get into. But phones, you can take as much as you want. They, for some reason, don't allow you completely. So phones, I feel like in a quick use of scenario, good. You're for professional, very clean, or very like stuff you want to like make your career with, I think go with the camera because you're gonna have much more versatility. And the way if it can record well, it can take photos well. You're golden. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. I literally bought a camera recently. It's actually a little bit more old than my current main camera, but I bought it because it made sense to, and it's because I'm using it for weddings and events and things. So I literally unboxed it before I came to Toronto for the shoot that I did today and to come and see you. So I would still say camera, but if you have something in a nutshell to carry, and you want to carry light, go with the phone or a very small camera.
All right. I'll give you one scenario. Let's say I'm graduating. My son, I'm graduating. I'm going to pretend I'm 19-year-old Donovan 20 years ago. Hard to believe. All right. I'm 19-year-old Donovan, I'm graduating, but I want good pictures, or my son or my daughter is graduating. Do I still go with the camera or the phone?
If you're allowed, go with the camera. If you're not allowed, phone. Because places will restrict you with camera. A lot of times I've tried. Trust me.
Oh, so you've seen restrictions for
Yeah.
for cameras.
Like concerts, definitely. There's certain events. Honestly, truthfully, when I was way back in like I don't know 20, prior to 2019 maybe, I was going through with my friend to a small little story, but like I was going through Square One, a mall in Mississauga. We were just walking through, and I was taking pictures of him here. There were the decorations in Christmas, and yeah, the security literally told me like you can't take pictures in here. And I think one time I got kicked out almost. Yeah.
Wow. All right, so go with the phone then.
I mean, some people are nice if they're like just taking pictures of yourself. Like they'll be understanding. But I think actually, sorry, this was literally outside, but they said you can't take pictures on private property. But it depends who you interact with too, and what you're actually doing at that point in time. Like,
Okay.
it's tough.
All right, listeners, I think you should still go with that phone. And you can do the selfie too. Do you do a selfie a lot with the phone or the cameras?
I do. Like, those are still gonna be the best in terms of like, you can pick it up and you can like take a picture right now, and it's easy, and you can do a lot of things with your phone. Like, you've done lives before when after we did these interviews and things. Like, there's a lot of things you can do with it. The cameras can't do until you rig it up or hook it up or whatever. But quality wise, I think camera still wins, but phones are getting pretty close, honestly.
Phones are getting close. Okay, so one day we could do a selfie with your camera. You have it here. We'll do one.
Definitely,
after
yeah.
This interview,
100%.
Yeah. All right. Did you want to throw out your website, KandidVision Media, and throw it out in case listeners want to reach you, your social media platforms?
For sure. Thank you. So I am reachable on KandidVisionMedia.com. KandidVisionMedia.com. And if you find me on Instagram as well, I create content there. And if you want to see like good educational stuff that I talk about, like some of these stories, I have a lot of stories I talk about on there, and I just throw them into videos sometimes. You can see them on my YouTube channel as well. Pretty much all on the same name, plus or minus. But if you want to reach me, just let me know. And I'd love to talk to some of you because I love talking to people about stuff like this. Maybe if they have something personal I want to talk about, just anything. Like I'm trying to be friendly. I like being friendly.
That's okay. That's okay. Do you have a message for the other photographers and videographers that have been in this for 5 or 10 years? What do you want to tell them?
Keep going. Like it's like sometimes it's gonna be hard and you have to quit. But I feel like there's a way to also keep going, and many also who are not doing full time are doing 9 to 5. So you can easily do that too if you just balance it. And thankfully with events especially, most of them are on the weekend, but you have the odd few that are weekday. Just depends on your context, and I think keep going, create content, because I think that's one thing that will pay dividends down the road. Even if you're just doing it one a week like I am, like you could still make something out of it.
All right. Okay. Any final things you would love to tell the Met Radio listeners?
Honestly, I think we've covered everything. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was ridiculously hot today. So for everyone who's watching, we're probably sweating a lot. I'm definitely sweating, but no, it was a fun day. I did a shoot before this, like I mentioned earlier, and it was a food shoot, so that was something cool. And they might be using my pictures on signage, so that's kind of also fun. And they're great people, and I'm thrilled to be here too. Like it kind of worked out. And yeah.
All right. Well, next time we do this, we'll have to do this in April regularly, where we're both not so hot.
Definitely.
And we can complain still how cool it is. Okay.
Absolutely. Either that or sometime when it's like cooler for sure. Like
yes.
winter.
Oh gosh, that's so hot.
Yeah. You and I are like drenched in sweat almost, but it's okay.
Oh my gosh! Thank you so much for coming back again, and I promise we'll do this again. Okay.
Definitely. Thank you so much. And
All right.
I appreciate the opportunity. Honored to be here, and just thrilled for everyone to listen.
All right. For Met Radio 1280 AM, I'm Donovan Lacroxy. I'd love to thank from KandidVision Media, photographer and videographer. You can throw out your name again.
Kareem Ibrahim.
Thank you so much for being on the show again.
Thank you so much, Donovan. Thank you for having me.
And thank you to the listeners for listening to this episode as usual. All right. I believe we did it. We did it.
It's so different hearing it here than there.
I know. How did you like that one? And I'm sorry, you're hot. I'm hot. I'm going to turn on this. I don't know why this won't turn on. I hope
Maybe the thing's
drawing
drawing too much power.
Probably.
Honestly,
Oh.
I think better than last time, because last time I think I mentioned something like I said I was lazy and I forgot to cut it out.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's okay. You did good. I thought, did I ask the right questions,
Oh,
Curry?
definitely.
How did I do?
Oh, honestly, like it's amazing.
Okay.
I don't know how you do it. Like you just go, keep going off it. Like it's really good.
Oh, okay. I was worried I was asking the same questions or I didn't know, but
No.
you know what?
To-
I did it.
But to be honest, even if they are repeat questions, there's some where like you can answer them over and over again, and they're going to change slightly because someone's changed since then. So
That's true, and you don't know who's listening, who's new, right?
exactly, like that's the fun of it. Also, I'm just gonna quickly just pause.
No, no worries. You can pause that.
I really hope you enjoyed this video, got some value. I'm truly thankful that each and every of you watched this video. I really hope it gave you some value and it was a good use of your time. And if you want to see more content like this, be sure to look at this video over here or check out the channel right over here. If you want to hit me up on social media or just any ideas that you might have, I'm available here or it'll be here somewhere on screen. You'll find it. And thank you so much for watching. Hope you see you next video. Peace.